Good morning, everyone. I hope you're doing great. My name is George, and this is the public update where we will check together what happened since last public update that was on the last Monday. We'll find together the most important levels on the chart, possibly a trading plan. If there is a trade, definitely I will be more than happy to share that trading setup with you. And as usual, towards the end of the stream, if you have questions, I will do my best to answer your questions. Please post the questions in the YouTube chat. Today, as always, I will cover Bitcoin, S&P 500, ES on the CME gap, because there are a couple of interesting things going on here. And a couple of interesting things happening on the Bitcoin chart too. This week should be interesting because in a couple of hours, WSOT, Bybit WSOT will start. So basically the competition, the trading competition will start. And we need to see how that will affect the markets. Personally, I'll be more than happy if we get some volatility, but I'll talk more about that in this stream. But definitely that is something to be taken into consideration, because other than that, and let's start with this technical analysis, other than that, nothing actually happened since the last public update. And if you watched it, basically I had a couple of levels marked on my chart. First, let's start with the naked chart, basically nothing, monthly time frame. And as you can see, the price is still consolidating in this area, basically around this SNR flip level, right? Which here was support, now is flipped to resistance. And you know, this is high time frame, and without any levels, anything on the chart, we need to understand this is the most important level right now, because if the bulls manage to claim this level, that opens the possibility for more upside, and the levels to the upside are very, very easy. But in the same time, resistance is resistance until proven otherwise. And you know, we need to pay attention to what's going on here. We need to be patient, especially if you're looking for a swing trade, because for the moment, as you can see, we start to see a rejection. Nothing massive. This is not necessarily bearish price action, right? More upside is possible, yes. 100% more upside is possible, but we also need to see what's going on the chart. Okay, before I dive into this chart, the Bitcoin chart, I'm going to keep this very, very simple, because like I said, there's not much to add. Couple of things happened, you know, a couple of things happened, but other than that, the price is pretty much in the same place as last week. I want to make sure you can actually hear me. Good morning, good morning, morning. Sound is good. Thank you for that confirmation. And if we are here, and if you like our content, please do not forget to subscribe, like. This will help us a lot to keep this project going. Notification bell and everything that you already know to do. If you can do that, that will help us a lot, and I'll be. It will help us to basically to continue this project and to be able to share as much as possible. And if we talk about sharing, please don't forget about our free Discord. This is the section where myself and Victor, we're posting every day a couple of ideas. Could be high time frame ideas like this one, like the monthly, you know, could be something like this, like a local range, but you will see that this levels are still valid within this on this chart. Okay, that being said, let's dive into this chart. So we are at resistance on the Bitcoin chart, and it has been like this for the last 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 5th month where the price is just trying to claim this resistance, to break this resistance, and for the moment that is not possible on this chart. So definitely we need to pay attention to that. Other than that, and like I said, I'm on a monthly time frame, because last time we had a couple of interesting monthly levels here, and I still have those levels on the chart, right? First of all, we got that monthly level last week. We were like, that would be a possible monthly level, and here it is, $30,460. Other than that, we still have this monthly 29,237 was printed here, and it is still, the price is still consolidating around this level. And the next important monthly to the downside is actually this one here, 27,210. So let's pay attention to these levels, right? Those are very, very important levels. And now let's zoom out just a bit, moving from monthly to daily time frame. That way we can get a clear view about these levels. So basically, what I was saying last Monday, I was saying that it would be nice to get a monthly close above this level, above the monthly 29,237. And unfortunately, that was not the case, because you can see this is the daily candle, the candle closed below this level. As soon as that happened, the push to the downside, where swing failure pattern, you see a swing failure pattern, you trade a swing failure pattern, and then the push to the upside. But that was what I was trying to say last week. This monthly level, the monthly close below this level is very, very important. And you can see just below this level, and then boom, the push to the downside. Great reaction. We will check this together. We need to see what's going on there. But other than that, this push to the upside, great. That was a good scalp, day trade, possible swing trade. We need to see that. But no follow through. So the price was pushing to the upside, and then nothing happened. As you can see, not only nothing happened, no follow through after that, but also the price, you can see, slowly start to get acceptance below this monthly level. Like I said, this entire section of the chart, and we talk about almost 2 weeks, is just consolidating around this monthly level. And you can see, except this one, 1 day close above this level, the rest is just below. So obviously this monthly is our current resistance, right? So this is one thing that we need to take into consideration. Other than that, and let's talk about the levels to the upside. Other than that, I would say the next monthly level, the untapped monthly level, is the next important level to the downside. Not only that, you will see, we will check together, and you will see that we do have more confluences in this area, but this is a monthly level. Usually a monthly level will give you a very, very good reaction, at least at the first touch, right? Maybe after that too, but at least at the first touch. And also we do have liquidity, because you can see after the high being printed and then the rejection, we had this high and then lower high, and still lower high. So definitely in this area we do have liquidity meaning stop losses, right? So we do have a monthly level, also liquidity. That makes it, at least in my opinion, my humble opinion, that makes it an interesting level to trade, first of all. And if you watch this public stream, and obviously if you are in the premium levels in Discord, the way I like to use a level like this. So first of all, a level should be used, and best case scenario should be used as take profit, right? Let's say if you're in a long, I don't know, from this area, and the price will manage to push to this area, first of all, that should be a take profit, because this is an important level. And only after that, and upon checking the reaction, you can decide to take a trade if necessary, if you see a good reaction. And obviously the only trade that I would take in this area would be a short or no trade. For me, that would be a long in this area, maybe a scalp if that level would be claimed, flipped, and so on. But we talk about day trades, swing trades, and so on, right? So we're not talking about scalps. But like I said, in my opinion, this is the next important level to the upside. If the price will get here or not, that's totally different story. But the first thing that the bulls need to do, they need, same story I was saying last Monday, the bull needs to claim this monthly, not only claim it, but flip it to support, because they tried here, great, that was a nice move, very good volatility. But other than that, as you can see, the next day and the rest of the days, daily candles closes below this level. So definitely this is not very, very, very bullish price action. And that is the level to the upside. The next level to the downside would be actually this monthly level, right? 27,210. And that would be the next, like I said, the next level to the upside. in between, we do have a couple of levels. Same story I was saying last week. In between these two levels, we do have a couple of levels, and those levels can be used for, like I said, take profit, possible entry. So, but the main support and resistance should be this one to the upside, the monthly 30,460 and the monthly 27,210. That should be support, just in case this will break to the downside. So that's the technical analysis using only these three lines. Now, if we hide this and then we enable the horizontal levels, right? Basically, you see not only the 1, 2, 3 monthly levels, but also you see a couple of more levels in between. And like I said, and this was on my chart last week, this daily level and this weekly level, this is what I was talking about, the levels in between this monthly and between the top monthly, possible monthly at that point in time. Then we had another one, another untapped daily 29,704, but that was printed after. But at this point in time, we had this level. Now, maybe this level was the reason we rejected in this area. We had this really, really small front run, right? So not an easy trade, but we do have a level. Imagine if you don't have this daily level, if you are aware of this daily level, and this is a very, very nice daily level, maybe you get the opportunity to, you know, to short this kind of move upon seeing weakness and so on. I'll get more in depth about what happened here. But without this daily level, I would say the chances for you to catch this trade would be lower. So it is always good to be aware of these levels in between. Main areas, monthly, and obviously the lower monthly. But in between, if we do have levels, definitely it is a good idea to pay attention to what's going on, right? So this is what we have right now in terms of horizontal levels to the upside, to the downside. I'm not gonna talk too much about it because I'm interested in this area between the monthly, top monthly, and the monthly 27,210. But just to get like a pretty good idea about what's going on in this area, right? And for the moment, let's hide this and let's talk about what do we actually have here, right? So remember, I was talking in this area about a level, right? I'm trying to explain my trading idea in the best way possible, right? So we had this high time frame SNR flip level, very, very nice, respected to the absolute dollar, resistance, then claimed, backtest, and a push to the upside. So very, very interesting level. But other than that, I would say that everything that's going on above this level, we are forming a range here, right? So that's why I mentioned this level, to explain the trading idea. So when I see a range like this, definitely I would like to see where's the volume coming within this range, right? And as you can see, this is the outcome. So currently the price got acceptance back into the value area of this range. I'm going to explain because right now we do have a bullish and a bearish scenario. Basically, always we do have that, and we have to find which one is most likely to play out, right? So this is what I'm trying to do right now. So we do have this range. So value area high, right? The price got acceptance back into the value area high here, push to the downside, the back test of the value area high. So obviously we had that daily for this for that sniper entry, but other than that, this could be another trading idea, right? So the price was trying to push to claim the value area high of this range, was rejected, and now we're back consolidating around that monthly, right? So if this is the case, and I do think this is more than a valid more than a valid range here, right? I would say we need to take this into consideration, because this, when the price got acceptance, now this, the back test, the rejection, so that would indicate more downside possible. And to be totally honest, the bearish scenario is the strongest one right now, and you'll see why I'm saying that. So first of all, this is definitely not bullish price action. The price spending some time here where the value area high was support, consolidation, lost, backtest. So the the let's say the most likely scenario to happen is more downside. And if we take into consideration this trading idea, the next important level would be the point of control, somewhere around 28,000, 28,100, give or take. Think about this as an area, right? So we need to pay attention to this level too, right? So this adds more to the bearish scenario, apart from the fact that if we, once again, if we enable that the horizontal levels, this monthly is our current resistance, right? So we're adding to the bearish scenario, right? So this is one thing. So the price got acceptance back into the value area of this range, the back test of the value are high, so the next level in order should be point of control, followed by, you know, the levels to the downside, value are low, and the low of the range. This is how you trade the range. Okay, so this is the bigger range. Also, one could see without being this is kind of easy to see that the price was forming a range somewhere in this area. So everything that's above the value area high of this range, we can consider this a range too. So when we see something like this, definitely we can pull a fixed range like this, right? And this range, right, this range should stop somewhere in this area, when somewhere like this. So this is what we get, right? So we get another confirmation for the bearish scenario. Please allow me to hide this so you can see this better, to hide the bigger range. But together with the value area high of the bigger range, we do have the value area low here of this top range. So not only the price was trying to get acceptance above the value area high of the bigger range, but also the price here was trying to get acceptance back into the value area of this range, trying to claim the value area low. And like I showed you, if we pull this, we pretty much get the same results. Okay, fair enough, the value area low is just a bit lower, but pretty much the same results, right? So I'm gonna leave it like this for the moment, just to see the rejection from this level. So we already have a couple of confluences building here. So the price was trying to, you know, claim the value area high, and also get acceptance back into the value area of this top range, as I like to call it. So claiming value area low here, and again rejection, right? So this is not the most bullish price action. Like I said, this is not the most bullish price action. So this is adding to the bearish scenario that leads to more downside. Also, because I really like to trade ranges. So remember, we do have the high time frame range. Everything that happened above this level, 25, 222, basically above 25k area, we're forming a bigger range, smaller range, and now when the value area of this range was lost, and that happened here, we're kind of forming a new range in this area. So when I see a range like this, definitely I would like to pay attention to what's going on here. So we're moving from a bigger range to a smaller range and to our local range. And the bigger range can be used for swing trades, right? This one was a very, very good range, giving the possibility of some really nice trades, right? And now we need to focus on the local range. And the local range looks like this, right? And I remember when I was saying, and please allow me this time to move to lower time frame, like 1 hour time frame, right? And we see our range. So the story here, after this rejection from the top range, right, from the value area low here of the top range, that was the rejection. And the next level was actually if the price, the main question was actually if the price managed to get acceptance back into the value area of this lower range. As you can see, the first time bounced, but then got acceptance, point of control, value area low, back test, check this back test of the value area high, and then more downside, right? Currently, the price is still consolidating around the value area low of this range, and the point of control is our current resistance. So this can be used, definitely this can be used for scalps, for day trading, and as you can see, the levels are very, very well respected. Why I'm sharing this information? because like I said, like I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, we do have the Bybit competition starting in a couple of hours, and this kind of this kind of trading idea, this local range, could potentially help you to get a couple of scalps or something like this until we see a bigger range. So you always start with the high time frame, then you start to split the price action into small ranges, if there are any, and you can use this information for scalping. So before you wait to see a bigger move happening, you can actually scalp these small ranges or something like that, just to, if you obviously, if you want to get involved into this kind of moves, right? If you are a swing trader, maybe a day trader, maybe it's better to wait for the bigger levels to be hit, and check the reaction there and take that trade. But if you're in front of the computer, if you are comfortable with scalping, these kind of trading ideas, these kind of ranges are very, very, very good for scalps. Also, could potentially give you an idea about what's going on, an early confirmation about the bigger move happening. Because if I start to see, as you can see, currently the value area low of this range is support, right? Support is support. But if I start to see the price getting acceptance below this level, and if we start to see something like this, so let's say the rejection here, and this is great, and let's see, we see this, and the price starts to get acceptance, and the value low is flipped to resistance, and I start to see the bearish market structure, lower low, lower high, and this, then this could be an early indication about more downside on the chart, right? So it's good, in my opinion, to pay attention to this kind of ranges, small ranges, local ranges, because they can give you the, like I said, the heads up about the bigger move that could potentially happen. Okay, let's enable once again the horizontal levels, and like I said, there's not too much. So currently we do have our current resistance is this monthly plus the point of control of this range. Support should come around this area, because if I see another swing failure pattern, I'll be more than happy to trade a swing failure pattern. And if we get a new swing failure pattern somewhere in this area, in this area, then we need to pay attention. So let's say the price would do something like this. This is a valid scenario. A swing failure pattern is the easiest trade ever. So let's say the price would do something like this. Boom, swing failure pattern. Then this is, for me, it is a trade. This is my invalidation. I will give it just a bit of space. And obviously we need to think about targets to the upside. So the targets to the upside would be based on this, on the local range, starting with the value area low of this range, and then obviously moving to this monthly. So a nice price action will look something like this. And depending on what's going on in this area, we could see another rejection and more downside is possible. That's totally fine. Or we could see another push to the upside. But that would be one of the trading ideas that we do have right now on the chart, right? So a swing failure pattern in this area, that would be the easiest trade ever. If, let's say, you see a small bounce and after that more downside, the invalidation is really, really close. So, it's worth a scalp. Things to take into consideration here. This support, does it allow me to do this? This support already took a couple of touches. So the first one was here, bounce. Second one here, bounce. This would be kind of the third time this level will be tested. So I'm not sure if this will give another reaction. Possibly. So it is, you can set an alert here, check what's going on, and then if we get the bounce, don't be greedy with your take profit. So check this area between the value or low, point of control of this local range, monthly 29,237. And if the price moves higher, great, but this is an important area, right? So the first trading idea should be based on this, on the swing failure pattern of the low. Maybe the price will go here. Yes, that's totally possible. Take some of the liquidity that we do have in this area and then the bounce, but that would be a harder trade, or not necessarily harder, but let's say the price will do, I'm trying to cover scenarios, right? So let's say we get something like this, and this could be a valid scenario. Problem is the take profit should be still, let's say, this monthly, and your invalidation should be still below this low. you can use a very, very tight invalidation here. Trade this as a swing failure pattern, and that could be another trading idea. But if you're thinking about something more, the invalidation should be still here. And we need to think about the risk to reward ratio for this trade. So maybe there is a trade, maybe not, but the easiest trade ever would be a swing failure pattern of this low. I'm always interested in a swing failure pattern because it is an easy trade and the validation is very, very, very close. So, sometimes you need to take a risk. As long as you control that risk, you know exactly how much you are willing to risk in that trade and you accept that risk, then I would say go for the trade. So that would be the first area that I'm willing to trade. Then to the downside, right? To the downside, like I said, we do not have too much. If we don't see a swing failure pattern around this low here, then the point of control, right, that would be the next important area, right? And then the monthly level, and I think I showed you this last week. Also, if we pull the fibs, something along these lines, also we do have the golden pocket here. So we do have two confluences, two levels around this area. So that would be the main levels. To the downside, like I said, nothing much changed because the price is just consolidating around this monthly level. Push to the upside, but nothing happening after that. So it's good to be prepared to be aware of this kind of level. Like I said, starting with a swing failure pattern of this low, so it's good to set an alert, and then lower point of control and this monthly. If the push to the downside becomes like really impulsive, obviously it could go lower, and we do have levels, but let's say I would be very surprised if we don't see a reaction between the point of control and this monthly level. So let's pay attention to those levels. So that would be, like I said, that would be the reason for the, let's say, for the bearish scenario, the fact that we do have a bearish market structure building here, the price starting to lose some levels, range breaking to the upside, the price getting acceptance back into the value area of the bigger range. So like I said, I would, at this point in time, I would favor more downside on the chart, right? But in the same time, I would say it's kind of late to short here, right? It's kind of late. Maybe the point of control for a scalp with the possibility of turning into a day trade, swing trade, yes, but to short here locally right now into value or low, that's not something that I'm willing to do. So yes, I would expect more downside, but I would say that the trade was obviously here, not necessarily here at the top, but somewhere in this area when the price, got acceptance back into the value area of the bigger range. That's where you trade. That's where you have your invalidation, and you need to pay attention to what's going on next, right? So that would be the bearish scenario. Like I said, I would currently, and from what I see on the chart, I would favor more downside. There is one bullish scenario, and obviously I need to cover that one too. So the bullish scenario comes from the possible change in market structure, because up to this point, and I'm talking about this high, up to this point, the price was making kind of lower low, lower high, lower low. And if we take this into consideration, this is still a lower high. But if we go like more in depth here, please allow me to hide the local ranges so you can see better the market structure. This could be seen like lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So this could be also considered like the first higher high, right? And now this is the retracement. And if we pull the fibs, right, this is not perfect, obviously, but we are somewhere around the golden pocket. Obviously, we do have weeks, but kind of the golden pocket plus the local range are holding. So the only bullish scenario that I can see right now on the chart, this would be the main trading idea, meaning the price made a higher high, followed by this is still a high low, right? And now we need to see the price pushing to the upside. So that would be the only bullish scenario that I could think of right now. Where we know that this scenario, the chances for this scenario would be increasing, for this scenario to play out. Well, very, very easy. We need to get back to the horizontal levels, and The monthly needs to be flipped. So if we start to see something like this happening, so let's say this is the bottom, this, like I said, this area, yes, we do have this week, but you know, this is the bottom. Now I would like to see something like this, the price claiming this, the monthly back testing, the monthly holding as support, and then I would like to see a new high on the chart. And if we talk about this scenario, the price should push to this liquidity area here, just above this monthly. So that would be the only bullish scenario that I could see right now. Right, so like I said, I always like to cover the bullish scenario and the bearish scenario on the chart. And this one, the bullish scenario, it's basically the main trading idea should be based on this possible change in market structure. So high, high low, and then I would like to see another high somewhere around this monthly level, 30,460. So that would be the only bullish scenario that we do have right now on the chart. Invalidation for this would be obviously if the price will get acceptance below this low and no swing failure pattern. That would be the invalidation. Like I said, the bulls, same story that I said last week, the bulls need to claim this monthly. As long as this monthly is resistance, I would always favor the bearish scenario. So that would be the only bullish scenario that I could see right now on the chart based on this possible change in market structure. But I mean, in this situation, yeah, still this monthly needs to be claimed. Claim this monthly, and it at least opens the possibility for a new high on the chart. Technically, it should move to the top monthly. But until that happens, I will always favor more downside, and that's why I shared the the levels on this chart. So that would be my view over this chart. We need to see what's going on. Like I said, not much happens. Swing failure pattern, easy trade. The rejection here, not the easiest trade ever. Not the easiest trade ever, because we had this small front run of this daily, and then the trading idea comes basically somewhere in this area where you start to see weakness. But sometimes it is like this, and we need, sometimes the trades are very easy, sometimes not so easy. Sometimes you miss a trade because it happens during the night or when you're not in front of the computer. Sometimes the price action is very, very fast, and you don't have the confidence to take the trade. That's totally fine. At the end of the day, it is important to feel comfortable when you're actually taking a trade. Don't forget about the risk management, and let the price action tell you if you're wrong or right in that trading idea. So yeah, that would be Bitcoin. I want to see if I have some questions. Okay, I do have a question. That's great. Thank you for that for that question. I will answer that towards the end of the stream. And now let's talk about the Bybit contest, because I feel, I mean, it's good to share my opinion about things like this. So obviously that is my main exchange where I'm trading, and if they have a competition, obviously I'm interested in that competition. And everyone wants to get great results, maybe winning this competition, and that's totally normal. And if that happens, then that would be great. However, we need to get back to the basic, right? Possibly we'll see volatility, and I'm hoping for good volatility. Good volatility meaning the levels needs to be respected, right? Because the last thing that you would like to see are things like this. Small front runs where you're like, do I take the trade? Do I wait more? No, I would like to see good volatility where the levels are respected. Okay, small front runs, we all know Bitcoin likes to do this kind of small front runs, but it is what it is. If you have, that's why it's always good to have not only a level but the higher time frame trading idea to know exactly what the price is doing and something like that. And even if you don't take the, even if you don't short this top, which was a hard trade, like I said, for me the trading idea, we get to start to get more confirmation somewhere in this area, not here. That would be maybe for a scalp, very aggressive scalp and something like that, but the trading idea comes somewhere here. So what I would like to see, I would like to see good volatility, meaning the price moving to the upside, to the downside, if possible more than 0.5%, 1% would be nice. And the levels, I want to see the levels respected. The other thing that would be for the bigger moves, right? For the smaller moves throughout the day when you're scalping and something like this, I would like to see a range again. Let's put back the range that we do have here. Please allow me to hide this one. I would like to see a range like this. I would like to see a range forming, and this range in best case scenario should be around 0. The moves to the upside, to the downside should be around 0.5 to 0.6%. That would give you the possibility to get some really nice scalps. So something along this line. So you see this, that's almost 0.7%. I don't think you can catch the absolute top or the absolute bottom, right? But in between, and you also have to pay fees and to open, especially if you're using market orders and something like that. But this is kind of good volatility. So give me throughout the day, give me this kind of volatility, the price doing this couple of times. So if it is possible in a day to see something like this, right? Couple of moves to the upside, moves to the downside, these trades can be very profitable. And then obviously the price will do this. So let's say the price will break to the downside and maybe we'll see a range forming here. But these moves should be something like this, 0.7, 0.8, something along these lines, right? That would give you good volatility, because if the moves are too small, like 0.3, 0.4% move, they will not give you enough space to trade. But this kind of volatility, this is exactly what I would like to see. That would make me very happy, and obviously that would give the possibility of some very good trades. The other thing, in this kind of competition, you are somehow, I would say not encouraged, but to get like very good results, you need to use leverage. Not need, but I hope you understand what I'm trying to say here, right? So the use of leverage sometimes is good, but remember, if you use leverage, right, you can make a lot of money, right? But also you can lose a lot of money. So if you decide to use high leverage, some leverages, it's okay. But if you want to use some high leverage, you also have to think about the risk management, because imagine everything looks good on the trade and you go all in with high leverage and you say, hey, I make 1% and maybe I double by my account. But imagine even the best trade that looks very good trade could turn into a losing trade. And at that point in time, you can wipe your account or lose 50% or something like that. So you always have to think about risk management. Yes, like I said, everyone wants to get like great results during the competition, but you also have to be patient, also have to think about the risk management, and live to fight another day. There's no reason, in my opinion, to risk everything, your entire account in one trade. So those are kind of the things that I want to share, because like I said, today we get the competition, and it is always good to pay attention to the risk management, and we need to see what's going on. Like I said, for me, I would like volatility. I always like volatility, but the kind of good volatility where the levels are respected, right? Because if I see volatility and the price stops in the middle of nowhere to the upside, to the downside, that would be harder to trade. And I just, I'm not going to get involved into this kind of trades. There is enough time to make some good trades. And at the end of the day, for me, it's just a test to prove myself where I'm on the chart, to test some trading techniques that I have. And other than that, it's just another day in front of the computer, just another day trading the charts. Okay, so that would be all on the Bitcoin chart, and that would be everything about the Bybit competition. Looking forward to that, and let's see what's going on. Now let's move to the other chart that I would like to cover today. I'm gonna take a quick drink here. My tea is looking very, very fine today. And let's start with this chart. So again, I would like to start with the blank chart, as always, daily time frame. And what we can see here, basically we can see this retracement, and now the price is pushing. So definitely this is a bull run, this is a strong uptrend, and actually we see no weakness, because starting from here the price keeps making higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and currently this is still a higher low. Obviously I'm talking about daily time frame. Locally the story could be a bit different, but just by looking at this, this is not a weak chart in my opinion. So I will always favor more upside until I see a sign of weakness. I'm talking about high time frame, right? Other than that, because you know I love to trade ranges, we need to use a couple of ranges. Let's see if okay, this is the one, right? So this is the bigger range where the price spent a lot of time around this point of control. You can see the point of control, point of control, point of control, and more consolidation on the point of control. So this point of control was resistance, 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 right? Consolidation, then the breakout, no reaction whatsoever at the value area high of this range. So I was looking to short this one, but no reaction, gap to the upside. And then the value area high was actually claimed, backtest, obviously some small front run here, but you get the trading idea, high time frame. And then more upside is possible, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. And now this starts to become a bit interesting in my opinion, right? But high time frame, this is not weakness. Obviously now, when the price is taking a major high, like this one here, right? And you see a swing failure pattern, then yeah, you got to trade that swing failure pattern. If you're in front of the computer, you know, that's a swing failure pattern. That's why I say, so in situation like this, the swing failure pattern are the easiest trade to take, because you enter somewhere in this area, you have your invalidation just above this high, give it some space, and then you know when you're wrong in this trading idea and when you're right in this trading idea, right? So overall, this is not a bearish chart. I would expect more upside until I start to see sign of weakness, right? And then we need to move locally here, right? And like I said, the biggest support right now, high time frame, should be this area. So the point of control coming around 41, 42, right, on this chart. Maybe if you're trading some other chart like Wanda, or I don't know, some other charts, the levels could be a bit different. Also the volume profile, but I do like this chart, and I do think, as you can see, this is I really do like the volume profile on this chart. So the biggest support should be this one, right? Then we do have some areas too. Like I said, I'm interested in the value area high and in this gap. And I would expect sooner or later this gap to be filled. And I'm interested in the reaction there, because in my opinion, the first major sign of weakness is if the price will get acceptance back into the value area of this range. So below value area high, which is currently around 43.57, right? That would be the major sign of weakness in my opinion. And then it opens the possibility for this area, for this consolidation, so resistance, 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 and so on. It opens the possibility for this area. So a bearish price action, high time frame, will look something like this. So from here, doesn't have to be in one candle in one day, but has to be something like this. Fill the gap. I would expect some bounce, and if we start to see the bearish market structure, that the price is starting to form here, so something like this, then I would expect something along these lines. And this is the major test for this chart. First of all, here, think about this as an area, this gap, this is one major test, and then here. Now, if from this area we see this and the price is making a higher high, obviously the uptrend could continue and more upside is possible. But if we start to see this, maybe this is another top, local top, I don't know, and we will start to see locally, but definitely high time frame, we do have this area and this area. Those are the major areas that we need to take into consideration. And now please allow me to hide this and to focus on here more locally. So the price, like I said, the price claimed the value are high, back tested, and discontinued. And actually the last stream for the premium members was on Thursday, right? And on Thursday I don't know, price was somewhere in this area, and I said, look, what is the next important level on the chart right now, without any kind of level, just looking at the chart. So obviously the answer is this one, because it was resistance, still resistance, then claimed, and now this looks like a backtest of this area, right? So look at this backtest, and this could potentially be an SNR flip level, right? If we want to, and that should be good enough for me, right? Remember, when you have a level like this, the first, it has to be a take profit if you're in a short from higher, and possibly a long, right? So this should be enough. If we want to add even more confluences to this area, this should be the golden pocket here. So definitely this is an interesting area. In the same time, if we enable the horizontal levels, right, we can see there's not much to do in this area, right? So we do have a weekly level. I'm sorry, I missed that. Okay, like this, we do have a weekly level. I'm on a daily time frame, so I was to adjust this to the, but we do have a weekly level here. We do have a weekly level here and a daily level here, and the value are high. Also, we do have this monthly level. So the price, you can see we start to see gap to the downside, breaking this range. I'll get to ranges in just a second, but I wanted to show you the horizontal levels. We do have a lot of them here, right? So that's great. But we also have this monthly level. So this monthly level is resistance right now. So losing an important level, a monthly level, it is an important level on this chart, in my opinion. This can be, and this is just locally speaking, right? So locally speaking, high time frame, I share the levels that I'm interested in the reaction, but low time frame, this is interesting because the price got acceptance currently above this monthly level, and this, if this continues, I would expect more downside towards, like I said, towards this, the value are high and this gap, right? But level to level. So this is an important level. Now let's get back to the ranges. Let's hide the and let's get back to the ranges. So let's see, what do I have? Okay, fair enough. This is the first range that I was paying attention to, right? So this was the range giving nice results. You can see from the value are low, once again the backtest of the point of control, and up we go. And now, like I said, top of the range, right? Tested here, right? Giving this bounce for the moment. And then we do have the value area of this range. If the price managed to get acceptance back into the value area of this range, then we do have the point of control, value low, and this area that I'm interested, right? Another thing that we could do, we can consider everything above the value area high of the bigger range. We can consider this as a range. Same story, I showed you the same story on the Bitcoin chart. And if this is the case, then you can understand the rejection here, because the price, as you can see, value area high was support, more upside is possible, great. But then the price got acceptance in here, moved to this area, and after that it was backtesting the value area high of this range, right? So rejection, now we've got this small bounce because of this, but unless the price managed to claim the value area high of this range and also this monthly level, right, so this area, I would favor more downside here on this chart. And the next important level would be basically this one, the point of control of this range, right? Point of control here. And if I'm not mistaken, if we pull some fibs, that should be the golden pocket, this level that I like to trade 0.71. So that would be the next area. So either the price claims that monthly, and most important, the value area high of this range, or lower is possible, where one would expect a reaction. And let's see what's going on in that area, right? Again, market structure here, we need to check the market structure, and this SNR flip levels, basically this is all you need for trading on this chart, and on any other chart. Now, if you want to go more in depth, if you want to scalp, obviously there are levels in between. You can scalp based on ranges, based on fibs, based on previous day levels. I don't know, there are a lot of things that you can do, but technically there's no need to, and especially if you're looking for a bigger trade, there is no need to overcomplicate this chart. So we do have levels. We do know why this bounce, current bounce, and let's measure this. Let's see. Okay, something on the chart, but if the price would get acceptance below this level here, then we do expect, I would expect another push to the downside, where also we do have levels. So we do have weekly, below, and so on and so on, right? So we do have levels to trade. Let's check the reaction. And also, if you are in a short, I mean, this could be a good take profit one. If the price move here, that could be take profit two, or I don't know, depending on your trading plan, right? And other than that, if no reaction here, then yes, I would expect the lows. And this is the big level, right? This is the big level that the bulls needs to defend. If not this one, then the point of control. And below this one, yeah, that's just weakness. Just weakness, opening the possibility for the value area low of the bigger range. And maybe this was another top. That is totally possible. But until then, we do have our levels. We do know what is strength and what is weakness on this chart, and the rest is just paying attention to what's going on, checking the reaction, and decide if there is a trade for you or not. Now, another thing that I would like to mention here, obviously this chart and Bitcoin, they had a very good symmetry. They were connected, but right now that's kind of off. So this chart is very close to the high, and Bitcoin is still struggling here locally. If we move to daily time frame, is still struggling with claiming this level, which that's kind of not the most bullish price action that I've seen. Basically, it's struggling with this level. So obviously there is a disconnection from the chart, but still on a low time frame, right, I would like to see if this one starts to break to the downside, how Bitcoin will react. Bitcoin could do its own thing, or it could kind of follow, giving the this could give the bias for the entire Bitcoin chart. Still, like I said, the connection between the two charts is not the best one right now, but still it's worth to pay attention to what's going on, like I said, on this chart. So yeah, I'm not gonna go more in depth about this. Those are the next important levels to the upside, to the downside. High time frame, we do have levels, and definitely more upside is possible on this chart. Locally, yes, I would expect more downside, but other than that, this is the level that the bulls needs to hold, and obviously this one. Below, I would say weakness. This would be, losing this level would be the first sign of weakness, and this one, getting acceptance below this level, that's definitely weakness in my opinion. Okay, so that would be the technical analysis for this chart. Now let's see the question, because I've seen that question. Where's the question? Okay, this is the question. We usually check horizontal levels. What about trend lines? Very good trend lines, very good results. However, there are a lot of ways to actually pull the trend lines. So I would favor the horizontal levels, but definitely if you do have a trend line, a very good one, and you see that one respected, yeah, I think that's a very good trading idea. Okay, it is huge support or not, because where we are right now from 1st of January 2023, second touch, 10th of March 2020. I hope you can see it. Like I said, I would like to see that on the chart because I need to know exactly what so if you are in Discord, because I'm moving from one thing to another, like I said, it's always a good idea to be in our Discord, right? The free Discords, our website successrepeated.com if you want to go more in depth. But our free Discords, right, it's right here. That's why I was saying this, and you actually have a ask a coach section, right? So you can come here, ask the question, share your chart, because if I see a chart, I can clearly see your trading idea, and then I can give myself or Victor or the sorry, or the rest of the team, we will be able to give you a proper answer. But to give you like a short answer, yes, the trending lines are very, very good. They give good results, but there is a lot of way to actually to pulling those trend lines. And also, like you say, so from what I understand from your question, the same rules applies as for an SNR flip level. The more it gets tested, the weaker it becomes. So if this is, see, one touch, great. The second touch, great. But the third touch, we need to see. We need to see what's going on, there. So that would be my my answer. But again, please post this question with a proper chart in Discord and tag me or tag Victor, and then I will be able to give you a proper answer. Okay, so I see there are no more questions here. Yeah, that should be all for this update. Like I said, very, very important in my opinion are these three monthly levels. Currently the price is below this one. We do have some space in between to the upside, to the downside, so we need to be patient to see what the next move will be on the chart. I shared the bearish scenario, which for me is the most likely to happen. Doesn't mean that it has to happen, but it has the bigger chance right now. I shared the bullish trending idea and what the bulls need to do to get that trading idea. If that happens, great. If not, I would say more downside is possible. Other than that, like I said, we do have our free Discord. If you want to go more in depth, we do have premium levels in Discord where we share everything that we do in real time. We are trading Bitcoin, altcoins, we're trading stocks, we're trading gold. We do have a lot of things going on, so we're kind of trading gold quite a bit, or some of our members are trading gold, and we are supporting them as much as possible. Obviously, our website successrepeated.com, if you want to go more in depth, we have modules, we have a lot of things going on. And yeah, I guess that would be all for this public update. And the next public update will be next Monday. Other than that, I'll catch you in Discord after this, obviously from the premium members. And for the free section, like I said, we're posting every day something, a main trading idea, levels to be aware of. So it is, in my opinion, still a good idea to join our free Discord, if not the premium levels. Other than that, let's see how Bybit competition will start. Like I said, I'm looking forward to this one. And yeah, that should be all for this update. Until the next one, thank you for everything. Cheers and bye bye.